How's it? Hang loose. Welcome back to Mongooze Snacks, Hawaii's loose paper. I guess I'm locked in for life. It's like the pact with the devil. Signed it. Too late, can't go back. Faust. We'll get into that stuff later. Matter of fact, yeah, let's start this off with this. Pater Noster, qui est in caelis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, aveni et regnum tuum, sicut in caelis et in terra, panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimiti nobis debitor nostra, sicut not dimitimus debitoribus nostris, and in nosum ducis intentantianum, sit libra nosa malo, quia tuum est regnum, et potesta, et gloria, in secula. Amen. Lord's Prayer in Latin. Yeah, and to back that up, St. Michael the Archangel, hey, thanks God for all these protective angels. St. Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle, be our protection against the wickedness, malice, and snares of the devil. We humbly rebuke him or her. We humbly pray. And do thou, O Prince of the heavenly hosts, with the divine power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all the evil spirits which roam and prowl the world for the ruin of souls. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Amen. Veni Sancta Spiritus, Veni Sanctus Spiritus, Veni Sanctus. Yes. Grab your religion and hold on tight. Look, I don't know. It's lockdown. And there's only one thing cool so far about the lockdown. The witch has been gone for a week. And man, it's spiritually, it feels like the house has a different aura to it. It feels different upstairs. Now, it could be my anxiety, but hey. Been watching some Ed and Lorraine. I guess their son-in-law has a show and a channel. They're the man and wife team that investigated The Conjuring, The Conjuring 2, The Haunting, and most famously Amityville Horror. Huh. And then Father Michael Malachi Martin, famous exorcist. So I'm gonna do it. No, we're gonna chase this stuff a little bit, but we're gonna go Roman Catholic Church Catechism stuff. We'll get into that, man. I might even do something. See, I'm gonna be. This is newspaper. What's happening? It's like someone comes up to you. What's up? This is what's up. You're gonna get part of me in here too, man. I don't know. So, some stuff. Let's get into it today. Okay. Yesterday was Act Now Hawaii, which means the governor set it in the place. Here it is in a nutshell. Restrictions include. It's not total lockdown like that you started. Restrictions are face coverings required in malls, whether mall is closed or not. For in-person spiritual services, church or whatever, face coverings are mandated at all times with no singing or wind instruments. So you can leave your little kung fu flute behind. Unless you do the pan thing. I'm a pagan. You can do pan flutes. Restaurants are limited to seating groups of no larger than 5 people, which is only down from 10, so you can still go, but down to 10 instead of 5. All social gatherings at business offices are prohibited, with all common eating areas closed. We're taking businesses around the side of it's just about businesses and their stuff, and attractions outdoor. Commercial boating activity, water parks can remain open with groups no more than 5. Beach parks, hiking trails, bars closed. And they figured that was the thing. Okay, so that's kind of it in a nutshell. You go around with all that. And, yeah. So that's our historic outline of day one. So it went into effect midnight last night. I should have said that Wednesday. Midnight tonight. This is today. Newspaper forever. Come play with us, Daddy. Forever and ever. Okay. I'm trying to make it quicker. I got my little thing on here. I'm just going to make it whatever the bleep I want. Because that's the thing I was missing. I'm like getting conformed. I was conformed to the world. No! Just be yourself. Okay, we recreate a bit of World War II history like we always do, forever and ever. World War II will always be there, and it's going to be there, and it still will always be there, and it's still going on right now. I don't know. That's just the consensus. But right now, it's like entertainment. When we don't want to have the reality, we take a break, and that's our commercial. That's our entertainment outlet, history of World War II. Because apparently some people haven't learned from the past. Ige, Governor. What's up, Governor? Ige defends contact tracing because apparently contact tracing is where they think the whole problem is. They figured it out. Because you see, there's this one, was it Senator Gabbard? And she's like, the Department of Health guy, he's lying to us, and they're not capable. And the other lady, the Dr. Park, whatever her name is, she's not capable. They were lying to us about contact tracing. They can't do their jobs. They should not be fired. Fired. You should be fired. She's a Republican in Washington, D.C., and I think she wants to be governor. So she has to slam all the Democrats down big time. I wonder where she gets her tactics from. They work for somebody. They might work for her. So I don't trust that one. But contact tracing is all over the place now. So we got these two articles. One is about the Senate COVID members. They're all irritated. I'm so irritated about the lack of oversight. Those people. Okay, our today number total is 233. Ding! You get a Cupid doll. And a 500 plus body bag coupon discount. What do we got here? And looking in this thing. Yeah, man, I'm going to be morbid. Democrat urged to call for Here's this nomination. Checks away fire. Ex-soldier with neo-Nazi ties sentenced to prison. See? They don't learn from the past. Here we go. Continued from page 1. We got to get the page. This one is contact tracing. So one of them says, they're so worried. Congressional oversight is essential to ensure the states have the resources to adequately supply the ongoing pandemic and taxpayer dollars. Taxpayer dollars are being spent irresponsibly. Irresponsibly. She wanted an accounting of how Hawaii. Now this is U.S. Representative Anna Eshoo, chairwoman of the House of Subcommittee on Health. Anna Eshoo. May God bless you. You are our godsend. U.S. Representative Anna Eshoo. May God bless you. Questioned whether the State Department of Health has stood up adequate contact tracing testing program. So she's questioning. Now, she wanted an accounting of how had spent the $50 million in federal coronavirus relief. Cha-ching! Where did all that money go? Cha-ching! Right? So all the money, she wanted an accounting of that, is given to ensure the adequate resources to track and trace response to COVID-19 outbreaks. So, apparently, Representative Eshoo, God bless you, wants to figure that out. I don't know what, she's hoping what Eshoo, God bless you, is expecting to do. Boy, not be long. Might not. I don't know. I don't care. I don't give a damn if it's like 2 minutes long or 20 minutes long or 2 hours and 20. I'm just doing it. I'm just going Mongooze style. Okay, continued, right? Which one was that? Oh, Eshoo. God bless you. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Now, the guy, Anderson, is the health department guy she wants to have, like, fired. You incompetent, where's my $5 million, $50 million? Anderson called Wednesday's count, quote, reasonably good news. He's trying to be optimistic. Because out of 233, right, 56 new cases were associated with the outbreak in Oahu's Community Correctional Center. The prison. The big house. 56. So, I'll get to this a little bit. And 37 would be accounted for the number of saving and testing backlog. 37 backlog. They should have been counted yesterday. Yesterday was low, but hey, you know, if you subtract those 93 cases, we still have significant. Still, yeah, right. But you know, they're pointing at cases now. They're like, not that number, not that there was a backlog. Anderson's social gathering contributed to much of the spread. It was cautiously optimistic that improvements could be new social gatherings for a while. Was cautiously optimistic about this half measure, 5 instead of 10. Most of it was from social gathering. He's correct. And oh God, you know, he and Ige doubled down on the message of why he should be personally responsible for making healthy choices. They should have emphasized that with high velocity right at the start. So basically, that's BS. Quick side note. Where did all these cases come from? 233, you may ask. I can hear you. Speak up. 4 cases, circuit gym, you know, classes. Preschool, 3? I don't know. Health plan offices, 31 cases. Homeless shelter, 20 cases. Health plan offices outdid the homeless shelters. Restaurant, 5. Cluster trucks. City and county offices, 11 cases. Potlucks, strip club. All right, finally, call it for what it is. You know, clarification. Oahu Correctional Facility, 287 cases in prison of new cases. Automotive cleaning, detailing, 16 cases. Fire stations, 10 cases. Surprise there. Large funerals, 75 cases. Apparently, funerals are a hotspot. And bars, 5 people. Well, since last time, I guess. That are involved with cluster tracing. Construction company, 10 cases. What do most of these have in common? And I would say even funerals and strip clubs. Workplaces. Pushing it. Push it, get to work, or die. Work, and it's not work or die, it's like work and die. Welcome, kiddies. Yeah, stuffy in the crypt. Senate COVID-19 members irritated by lack of oversight. Oh, they're irritated, are they? Back to page 1. Department of Human Resources said that, so now they're in the offices of the Senate stuff, you know, state Senate. State of Hawaii. This is the state of Hawaii at work. Well, the legislators. Department of Human Resources said that an unspecified number of state employees who were working from home were not actually working. But wait a minute, that's not even news. The state of Hawaii has hired state employees since the time immemorial, because that's how they solved unemployment. They hired a bunch of just anyone, everyone and their cousin and their aunties and the uncle. They hired everybody as state employees. It's an ongoing joke. State employee. And they get benefits and this, and it's a union and this and that, and pensions upon pensions, and then double down and the triple down and dipping in pensions. State employee. So her saying the state employees who were working from home were not actually working. So that's what they're supposed to do, not work. Bad joke? Too bad. So here's how it's continued. Okay. Our senators and representatives, Senator Donna Kim, Democrat, said we also said the members of the committee saw state workers at health department not They saw. They were at the State Department of Health and they weren't practicing social distancing and they weren't wearing masks. It was them. Kim also, who were responsible for ensuring uniform practices in state workplaces, face potential lawsuits for money. Who is and is not allowed to work from? They want to know who is and who is not allowed to work from home, or who is and who is not allowed to not work from home, depending on your state employee point of view. We saw a good example of when we went to DOH when we saw stuck in those cubby holes and were not 6 feet apart. We got into 2 people in the cubby hole sitting right next to each other. Yeah, back to school, huh? Review. Delacruz repeatedly tried to pin down Connors. Connors is a, who the heck is Connors? Nobody cares. I don't care. Attorney General Claire Connors. Ooh, maybe I should care. She can come after me. She's the State Attorney General, who was not even scheduled to testify, surprised the committee with her virtual appearance. She was kind of not there, but she was kind of virtually there, kind of like a cryptocurrency. So Delacruz tried to repeatedly pin down the Attorney General Connors as to whether it was her belief that Hara was responsible. Hara is, yeah, should I even dig this out? I don't even know. It's not even like worth looking at. Who's Hara? Matahara? Who's a Matahara? Major Generals Mata Kenneth. Oh, she's a he. Major General Kenneth Hara, Incident Commander of COVID Response, and reviewed the department workplace. So Connors would have pinned down whether she believed that Hara was responsible for oversight of all state departments. She's fishing for who to nail to blame. You're saying on the record, you asked Connors, you asked me that question 3 times and I can answer it again, yes. Later on, Delacruz, we heard you 3 times. Well, I was going to make a bigger thing about that, but I don't know. It's just sort of lacked. I don't know. Here, real quick. It's not really long. Who cares? Stop it. Hey, be sure to check out football. You see a picture of it somewhere in the paper. Alright, watch football. About 2 seconds. This one I'm going to cover. It's kind of interesting. Berlin. Z. What's happening? What's happening in Berlin now? It's not Zig Heil. Those guys aren't into it. Man in Berlin Highway moved to psychiatric confinement. Berlin Highway? A 30-year-old man accused of deliberately driving his car into other vehicles along a major Berlin highway injured 6 people and moved to a psychiatric investigation. It was probably the man's motives. So he was trying to hurt people on the highway. The Autobahn, I don't know, probably some highway. Officials said the Iraqi-born man appeared to have carried out a deliberate attack late Tuesday motivated by Islamic ideology. Oh, my rosary beads. But noted that he had been suffering from psychological problems. The suspect driver, I don't care about his name. According to current state investigators, it was Islamic motivated. Okay, so first they thought it was an Islamic motivated attack. 3 people were severely injured, including a motorcyclist, life-threatening head injuries, back injuries, and this and that. It goes on. There was also indications the man had mental health issues. The fact that the suspect was possibly suffering from psychological problems doesn't make it any issue. I mean, it's still... But he said, if personal problems mix with religiously loaded ideas, this can be an uncontrollable... I should have done that. If personal problems mixed religiously loaded ideas, this can lead to uncontrollable acts. Yesterday's events have shown in a very painful way how vulnerable our society is. So, the guy drove around, he hit a bunch of people on the freeway, and then he got out of his car, pushed another motorcycle in front of him. Then he gets out of his car and shouts, Allahu Akbar, or God is great in Arabic. Actually, Uh, Akbar is a person in Islamic. You gotta look this up. A person in Islamic. So it's like Allahu Akbar. It's not God is great. It's like saying Akbar is God. It's you have to dig into the Islamic developmental history of that religion. It doesn't mean God is great. It means Akbar is God. As he got out of his car, these people, he also saw that nobody get closer, you go, oh, I'm going to die. Of course, he was Islamic, so I don't know that. Nobody get closer, you're all going to die. The suspect then rolled out a prayer carpet and started praying. Okay. According to German media reports, the man he was already known to Berlin police. So, he's okay. He applied for asylum. He left Baghdad in 1990, came to Germany as an asylum seeker, and probably most likely in 2016. His asylum request was denied, and his legal status was allowed him to remain only in the country until the end of the year. So he was about to be shipped out back to, and he planned it all on Facebook. Isn't that sweet? And that's all the news I'm going to cover right now. Because back in action, Mongooze Max. I'm just going to load this thing. It's a little long, sorry. Okay. Again, develop your attention span. I don't know, people don't care. People watch it. People who don't have attention span, they're already tuning out in a couple minutes. So, otherwise, like, subscribe. Woo! You're going to pump up the news and slap it down and get pictures of it. And laugh at this. Don't make the news bigger than yourself. I mean, I'm sorry about those people that, are out there, but our media brings it all forefront to our attention. And we should just thank God that, my sister's puppy came up to me, and she's like a little puppy dog now. So excited to see me, it pissed itself. Thank God for small things like that. Hang loose. Aloha. Aloha.